Hello and welcome to the summer season of Cookabout with Greg and Max. Yes! Oh, marvellous. Now, Brighton has a reputation of being a bit of a fast town, and this goes back to the days of the Prince Regent when he made it his retreat and his favourite home. So it is no coincidence that this hosts national speed trials.
Now, we're here with the other petrol heads and speed freaks watching some of the fastest vehicles in the country trying terribly hard to set new records. Although, it does occur to me exactly where they're going and why they have to get there in such an all-fire hurry. But maybe they'll tell us later.
Oh, yes! We're also going to be asking questions about barbecuing. I mean, what is it about barbecuing that turns your average new man into, like, Neanderthal man, throwing huge bits of meat and cremating it in the garden? I don't know. And also, if you're a veggie, how not to lose out.
We're also going to be taking a little bit of a walk along the promenade of this wonderful old Regency resort to see exactly what's happening to the West Pier and in terms of its renovation. But I think for the moment we're going to get out of the way because there are more speed trials coming up.
They are too close for comfort, I tell you.
The first Brighton speed trials took place in 1905 and were the brainchild of the great Brightonian Sir Harry Preston. Road travel in Britain was revolutionised when he persuaded the town council to lay down the first ever tarmac surface in Britain for the trials.
In those days there were only 8 classes of vehicle and the speed trials were held over 4 days.
But racing on public highways was soon banned, and Madeira Drive in Brighton remains the only racetrack in the UK that, for the rest of the year, is an ordinary road.
Around 250 competitors take part in over 750 races, which start at 20-second intervals throughout the day.
We're with Tony... we are. We're with Tony Johnston, who is chairman of Brighton and Hove Motor Club and also clerk of the course. My goodness, what a title.
It's very good, very big title. But
how long have you been involved in the speed trials?
30 odd years now.
Have you?
And yeah, it's getting better every year.
Can anyone go in for it? Because I've got a little sort of...
No, you've got to have a proper licence. You've got to have a competition licence, which we're governed by the RACMSA.
Yes.
Most of these people here compete all around the country. We've got 54 bikes today, right. And we've also got the fastest bike from Ireland, which by looking at the timing up there, it looks like he's going to break the course record.
I used to live in Brighton, TJ, so I know that, for example, this road is an ordinary road for ordinary travellers. What do you have to do to turn it into a course for a speed trial? What's special for course?
Well, the first thing, we have to get a licence, which we get a safety licence from the RACMSA. They come down and check the road surface. We've got press barriers put in, which we put in on the Saturday morning of the event. Right. And 6 o'clock tonight, the road will be open to the public again. There's a lot of nutters down there.
Yes, there must be.
Well, in the meantime, I'll stick you in this car and I'll give you a run up the course.
Ready?
Ready. When I'm driving along, there's nothing behind, so as soon as I get back, they know they can start. Well, you have to have a course car, and this is the opening and closing car. Once we've inspected the course, we come back down through the centre of the course. When we get back to the start line, it means that the course is clear and we can start racing. Most of these chaps are garage owners, or people that just enjoy motorsport. There's an Allard going up there with the boot out, that orange one.
Yeah.
And he's a retired school teacher, I think.
Oh, that's Sheila.
That's Sheila and Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the right character.
Now we're here with Jim and Sheila in front of their Allard, of which they are very proud, and no doubt rightly, but it's a car I've never heard of. So first of all, how long have you had it, and what's so special about it?
Sheila?
We've had it for nearly 40 years.
40?
We bought the car 6 months after we were married, and we've got this instead of children.
Have you really?
Right.
We couldn't afford both.
But the thing is it a lot less trouble, I wonder?
Yes, well, yes, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, we love it dearly.
Oh. Obviously, you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
What is it about this particular car, that really kind of drives
Brute force, it's an enormously powerful engine. It's 550 horsepower at least.
Really?
And it only weighs a ton. We'll go through the lights at hopefully 140 miles an hour in a minute.
Good heavens.
And hope to do it in about 10 seconds.
But this
so
is...
in 10 seconds I'll be doing 114. Sheila will get her foot down and do...
I usually do about 12 seconds.
Really?
For the quarter mile.
I love the fact that you share this passion.
Yeah.
This is absolutely brilliant. I was just looking at the front here and I was thinking, oh dear, they've had to do a lot of taping up here, but that's done for a reason, isn't it?
We're trying to improve the wind resistance and stop the air getting any nooks and crannies, and trying to go a little bit faster, make it a more slippery shape.
Can I just say for the viewers at home who, looking at you, may think you're extremely smartly turned out, which you are, but there is a purpose to what you're actually wearing, and in particular what you've got on your head, Jim.
This is a fireproof, flame-resistant balaclava.
Now, I have to say that's very attractive.
Thank you very much.
Is the Brighton Speed Trials, is it important to you?
Yes, because it's our local event. We only live 12 miles away.
Oh, fantastic.
And lots of people know us, and they come up every year.
And it's
lovely.
It's an event. It's very, very colourful, picturesque, and there's a lot of public. You know, you get the ego trip of a crowd watching from the top, and when you've done a good run, you get a bit of a clap on the way back.
Excellent. Look, it's the Bugatti.
Now then, Norman, you've been coming to the Speed Trials now for, we'll just say several years. But when was the first one that you came to? How old were you?
Well, I have to say, I was only a little boy. What happened was I was at prep school down here, you see, and my father used to come down and say to the headmaster, I'm taking the boy out. I was 1934, 35, and I was with all the great men of the time, Richard Shuttleworth, Earl Howe, Raymond Mays, all the great drivers were all here. They all came here because this was the premier mark, because before the war, you must realise that it was a kilometre and then it was a mile, and that's a long way, and they got very, very high speeds at that time. This is motoring history. This is the oldest speed event in the United Kingdom, so that one is, if you like, a very small chain, a very small link in the chain of history. I think that's what brings you back again and again.
What kind of speed can you get out of this particular car?
It's got a low ratio in it at the moment, which means it does about 123 miles an hour, and 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. Petrol consumption, well, it doesn't run on petrol, it runs on methanol, and it does 2.5 miles to the gallon.
My goodness!
What is it that's special about this car, and why have you lavished so much attention on it?
It's usually considered, or probably considered by most people, to be the most beautiful Grand Prix car ever made. Stand on the seat with both feet.
Right.
That's it. And just slide in. One foot each side of the wheel, that's it. And get the other one in. It's not a big man's car.
Oh, yes. You're right, you just sort of look down there and you just sort of imagine.
Well, you look along the bonnet,
yes,
you know, and you really do get a thrill.
This is the part where we tell you about the food of the area that we're in, Sussex.
We are nearly at the end of the day now, but there's just one more important event to go.
Where the 6 fastest cars and the 6 fastest bikes are going to be racing to try and set their fastest times. An excellent start. Sways from side to side, and he shoots up the circuit.
Look, that car here.
So what have we learned today then?
Well, one of the things we've learned is that if you're going to come to an event like this, then take earmuffs.
We've also learned that if you're a vegetarian,